Okay, let's play fetch. Got a condom right here, be ready to catch it. You f***ed up. Just before we start this video, if you happen to hear children in the background, it's because there are children in the background. Let's get it going. Instead of remaining within the land of the mundane, I thought we'd travel into the land of retarded people. In this case, I'll be setting a brilliant example. I've been hungry for quite some time now, and I think it's about time I satisfy that hunger. Normally, I just eat some bread or eat some cereal, but I'm not really feeling that today. Instead, I thought I'd try a more vegetarian route, get the inner herbivore out. I've also realized it's quite boring just looking at people eat food. Apparently, a lot of people get off on that, but nah, that's not what we're doing on this channel. No. There has to be something else to it. A couple of months ago, I was gifted a few plants. Now, I've been trying to take care of them, failed miserably, but hey, some of them are still alive. I thought, what if I were to review the taste of the plants? Because usually, people don't eat the random plants they're gifted by family members. If I wanted to be boring, I'd just eat the leaves of this plant of mint I have. But that's too easy. That doesn't really add anything. Anybody could do that. I mean, technically anybody could do anything, but do they want to? Most of the time, no. Before we start, I'd like to introduce everybody to my sacred plants. I've got a plate right here with all of them on. First of all, we have this one. It's about to die. Not just because I'm going to eat it, but it's about to die. Got this one. It's got a bit of hair on it. Looks nice. Also, I have this plant. It has a lot of leaves, which is typical when dealing with plants. I also have this one, which is basically the same one as the one with hairs, just it has less hairs. I have a plant that died. That's probably going to taste really nice. If it would focus, you could see what it was all about. And then I have this bitch. This is, I don't know, I'm struggling to think of something funny to say about it. Shut the f up, Siri. Hello and welcome to greatlighting.com. I thought it fitting to add a little theme-ish for my review, which is what you'll be hearing before every single plant review. Change the angle slightly so you can better see my enjoyment as I eat each one of these plants. I'm not eating the whole plant. I don't want them to die. I've been trying for such a long time to keep them alive. The fact that they're still alive amazes me even to this day. But I think I'll just rip off a leaf of each. Let's start with this was the slightly less hairy one, but it still has hairs. Now which leaf do we rip off? This one seems fairly nice. Ooh, it has a nice texture. If I was into ASMR, I'd be doing this all the time. Luckily I'm not. It tastes like fur balls with water in them. Now, since it's a review, I have to give a verdict. This one, not very good. It tastes like a plant. It's about all I can say about that. Review. Next up, we have the dead one. I think that's just about fitting because it's representative of what's on the inside of me. Do you know the feeling of being a child and eating twigs and dirt and stuff like that?
एक ऐसा प्रयोग बताने जा रहा हूं जो शायद ही कभी आपने सुना हो.
It's exactly what this tastes like. Nothing special. I know what you're thinking. I've probably set up something on the ground so that each and every time I spit, it'll just land on something and I can easily clean it up. That's not the case. I had to add sound effects because I'm a boring person, I guess. Now for some viewer engagement. If you could tell me which plant is your favorite to eat, that's not edible of course, and how often you consume it. Review. Next up, I think we'll go with the many leaves one. I think it'd be a bit boring just to snap off one, so I'm going to take a bunch. Did I give the other one a verdict? I don't know, that was the branch one. It tastes of dead plant. Alright, this one. Not too bad, tastes like lettuce. Bit too bitter though, so I'm just going to spit it out again. I like cleaning up my apartment. This will be a joyride. My review? If you hate your life and don't want an enjoyable salad, you could always add this instead of lettuce. Review. The next one I thought would be intelligent to review on the floor, considering I've been sitting on a chair for the last couple of times and that might be a bit boring to watch. I thought we'd go with the almost dead one. It looks a bit like a plant that's dried out and hasn't been able to absorb any water. I wonder if it tastes of that. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Tastes of... I don't even know. I've never experienced that flavor before. That was not a good thing, but you know, it's not a bad thing if you ask me. Just... What the f*** is my life? I don't... Back in character. Okay. This is great. Do this at home. Yes. Oh yeah, the verdict. It tastes of dried plant. Very nice. Review. I've got to be honest, this is starting to drag out a little too much. Also, it's fairly boring for me. Just sitting here chewing leaves. My solution is to combine the two last ones and just eat them together. I have quite a large leaf here, I guess. Rip that off, and then the hairy one was the one I've been talking about earlier. Which leaf? This one looks fine. I don't want to rip out the entire plant. It feels like a nice little fur animal. Fucking focus on the plant. Okay, let's just...
I think I'm having an overdose of this, so is my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. I don't know if it had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Do you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know, we made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
That's the greatest thing I've ever had. Oh, that stimulated my senses. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's like discovering heaven. All my life I've fantasized about something that was so flavorful and so lovely and warm and welcoming. I would have never guessed that that would have been the result of combining this plant and this plant. Fucking hell. This video was enjoyable, wasn't it? No. I'd like to take a second and appreciate the consistency of this chewed up leaf I spat out.